Today, I'm going to be sharing 3 tricks that pro church musicians use every Sunday in worship. So stay tuned.
Star Studio.
Welcome back, everyone. George here from Scott Studio. If you're looking for some assistance with your music ministry, coaching, or lessons, definitely hit our website at www.scottstudio.me. Send me a message or give us a call. I would love to connect with you and to explore how we could best support your needs. Let's get into these 3 pro tricks. So my pro trick number 1 is never play naked piano keys. Never play naked piano keys. Always go through your settings on your keyboard and figure out where you can implement a pad, strings, something of that sort, so that you're never feeling like you have to fill extra space in the lower moments where your pad could actually take that space. All right. So as you can hear, I have strings or pads right behind these piano keys. If I take the pads out, it's not that it sounds bad, but it does give you the inclination that you need to continue to play something. Okay. And then there may be times where you only need pads. Okay? So the idea is to be able to be flexible, but also to be able to create the atmosphere of worship. Okay? Pro tip number 2 that church musicians use every Sunday who are pros is that they know and practice transitions. It is nothing worse than ending a song where you've got how great is our God, and then it goes silent. Okay? Once you get people into worship and say you're doing 3 or 4 songs, you want to keep the sound going. So remember, I said pro tip 1 was to make sure that you had pads. Part of that transition being successful is perhaps using those pads. Perhaps the worship leader is talking. Perhaps there's a brief moment where they're transitioning. You want to have some sound going, okay? So part of the preparation is looking at the 2 songs together and then figuring out how you're going to transition. Let's say, for example, you just finished how great is our God, and they want to go to the key of G for Waymaker, then you need to practice, okay, how do I get to the key of G? And there are a lot of ways you can do that. One of the easiest ways is going to the 5 of that key and then transitioning. So the 5 of G would be D, and then you're at your 1 or G, okay? And there's different ways you can do it. That's just one way. But you want to practice those transitions because you don't want to have a moment in which it becomes awkward in worship. You want to keep the people engaged with your instrument. The way to keep people engaged is to make sure that the sound never ends, okay? Because they're staying in worship mode. You don't want your audience to disconnect, okay? So, pro tip 1, using pads. Pro tip 2, know and practice your transitions between your songs, okay? Pro tip 3, use the addition and subtraction rule. I'm going to break that down a little bit more for you. This is something that I do regularly every week, okay? It is not always about making your piano sound louder with your volume when you need to be louder. It's about adding and subtracting keys to make it sound bigger, okay? The one rule you want to begin with is the further apart your hands are, the bigger it sounds, okay? So let's go back to how great is our God. Say they're doing how great is our God. And you want it to sound bigger, you can move this hand to the right, move this hand to the left. How great is our God. Okay? And say you still wanted to make it to sound bigger. You can keep your hand here, and then you could go. Okay? So I played the same thing, but I did not turn up my volume. Okay? Let's say you want something really soft. What you can do is take your chords and subtract notes. You can see here I have C, G, and C. I could take this and just make it an E. And if I want to go to 4 or F, I can go to G. I can go to A minor. This sounds very soft, right? Now what I could do if I wanted this sound louder, and I'm going back to the 4, I could play the whole chord. Then if I still want louder, now I could play this and play the whole chord and maybe 4 notes. So as I'm adding, it's making it sound fuller, and it also makes it sound louder. So it's not all about how many keys, that you can hit. It's more so about what you add at the right time. So you need to be able to learn and know how to implement different tricks that way, where you don't necessarily have to be busy, but you can be full to add to the worship moment, because the musician, the church musician, should be enhancing the moment but not being seen. So the way to do that is not always to figure out how you can play more keys, but how to use those keys to create an atmosphere that fits the moment. Okay? So I hope those 3 pro trips help you. Again, George here from Scott Studio. I've been doing it a while, and I just want to share and help somebody else be successful as they lead worship through the piano. Again, George here from Scott Studio. If you're looking for assistance, help, music ministry support, hit our website, www.scottstudio.me. I would love to chat with you. Until next time, I hope to see you in the next tutorial.
Scott Studio.